Have you ever felt like something you've done your whole life, something perfectly ordinary, suddenly feels a little off? Like the world around you hasn't changed, but maybe your relationship with it has. It can be a strange and unsettling feeling. Noticing little shifts, moments where things that were once second nature now require a bit more thought, or even reveal a hidden risk you never saw before. We often think of getting older as a gradual process, and in many ways it is. But sometimes, it feels like we cross an invisible line, and certain everyday things just aren't quite the same. They aren't inherently bad, but the way our bodies and minds interact with them changes, and that change can introduce unexpected dangers. It's not about being old, it's about adapting to a new stage of life, a vibrant and valuable stage, but one that comes with its own set of considerations. Ignoring these subtle changes, or assuming things are just as they always were, can lead to painful realities, from frustrating setbacks to more serious issues. But there's a secret to navigating this awareness. Understanding where these potential pitfalls lie is the first and most powerful step in avoiding them. It's not about fear, it's about wisdom and preparation. In this video, we're going to look at 5 common things that many of us do regularly, things that seem perfectly harmless on the surface, but which can suddenly become more dangerous after you turn 65, and more importantly, what we can do about it. Understanding these isn't about limiting your life, but about empowering you to live it fully and safely. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. Let's start with something incredibly common, something many of us rely on daily, sometimes multiple times a day: our medications. Now, you might be thinking, medications are supposed to help me, not hurt me. And you're absolutely right. They are essential for managing many conditions and keeping us healthy. The danger doesn't usually lie in a single medication itself, assuming it's prescribed correctly and taken as directed. The tricky part, the thing that often becomes significantly more complex and potentially dangerous after 65, is the combination of medications. Even those that seem unrelated, or mixing prescriptions with over-the-counter remedies, or even certain foods and supplements. Think about it. As we get older, it's common to be managing more than one health condition. You might be taking something for blood pressure, something else for cholesterol, maybe an aspirin, a vitamin supplement, an antacid for occasional heartburn, and perhaps an over-the-counter pain reliever for a joint ache. Suddenly, you're juggling 5, 6, maybe even more different things you're putting into your body every day. The way our bodies process medications changes as we age. Our kidneys might not filter them out as quickly, our liver might metabolize them differently, and our bodies might become more sensitive to their effects. What this means is that drugs can build up in our system, their effects can last longer, and they can interact with each other in ways they wouldn't have when we were younger, and perhaps only taking 1 or 2 things. One medication might amplify the effect of another, leading to dizziness or confusion. Another combination might increase the risk of bleeding. Something as simple as taking an allergy medicine alongside a common blood pressure pill could cause unexpectedly low blood pressure or drowsiness, making you more prone to a fall. It's not just prescription drugs either. Many people don't think to mention the herbal supplement they take for sleep, or the high-dose vitamin they started on, or even common foods like grapefruit juice, which can interfere with how certain medications are absorbed. The danger here is that these interactions can be subtle at first. Maybe you just feel a bit more tired than usual, or slightly dizzy when you stand up. You might brush it off as just getting older, but these subtle signs can escalate into serious problems, like falls that lead to fractures, unexpected drops or spikes in blood pressure, or even cognitive issues that can be mistaken for something else entirely. This is why the doctor's office visit, the pharmacy visit, becomes incredibly important, more so than ever. It's not enough for your doctor to know what they prescribed. They need to know everything you're taking, including vitamins, supplements, and over-the-counter drugs, even things you only take occasionally. And it's crucial that all your doctors know this complete list, especially if you see specialists. Your cardiologist might not know what your dermatologist prescribed, and those two medications could interact. A simple practice that becomes a powerful safety net is having a single, up-to-date list of everything you take, including the dosage and how often. Keep it in your wallet, have a copy for your fridge, and bring it with you to every single doctor's appointment and pharmacy visit. When you pick up a new prescription, or even an over-the-counter product, talk to the pharmacist. They are invaluable resources. They can quickly check for potential interactions with your existing medications. Don't be afraid to ask, can this interact with anything else I'm taking? Even if you've been taking certain medications for years, adding something new, or even a change in dosage of an existing one, can alter the delicate balance. Another thing that often shifts its danger profile as we age, and which can be easy to dismiss, is ignoring subtle changes in our own health. We might have a new ache that lingers a little longer than usual, feel a fatigue that doesn't go away with rest, notice a slight change in our digestion, or find ourselves feeling a bit more breathless climbing stairs. In our younger years, we often power through these things. Oh, I just slept funny. Or, must be a bug going around. Or, I overdid it yesterday. And often, that's true. Our bodies are resilient and bounce back quickly, but after 65, while our bodies are still resilient, they might be trying to tell us something important through these subtle signals. What was a minor, transient issue when you were younger could now be an early warning sign of something that needs attention. A persistent cough might not just be a lingering cold. It could be related to heart issues or other respiratory conditions. That new ache in your joint could be more than just stiffness. It could be a sign of inflammation that needs managing to prevent further damage or falls. Feeling unusually tired isn't always just about needing more sleep. It could point to issues with thyroid, anemia, or even underlying heart problems. The danger here lies in delay. When caught early, many conditions that become more prevalent with age are much more manageable, sometimes even reversible. Ignoring those initial whispers can allow a condition to progress to a point where it's harder to treat, requires more aggressive interventions, or causes irreversible damage. For example, early signs of diabetes might just be increased thirst or more frequent urination, easy to dismiss. But if ignored, diabetes can lead to serious complications affecting your eyes, kidneys, nerves, and heart. A little bit of dizziness or lightheadedness might seem minor, but it could be a sign of blood pressure issues, inner ear problems, or medication side effects that increase your risk of a dangerous fall. Our bodies are complex systems, and as we age, they might not have the same reserve they once did to compensate for problems. A small issue can strain the system more significantly. Think of it like your car. When it's brand new, you might ignore a funny little rattle for a while. But on an older car, that rattle could be a sign of a more serious problem that needs immediate attention before it causes a breakdown or becomes much more expensive to fix. Our bodies deserve the same attentiveness, perhaps even more so. The practical step here is simple, but requires a shift in mindset. Listen to your body, and if something feels new, different, or simply not right, and it persists, talk to your doctor about it. Don't dismiss it as just part of getting older. While some changes are indeed part of the natural aging process, many symptoms are treatable conditions masquerading as age. Keep track of what you're noticing. When did it start? How often does it happen? Does anything make it better or worse? This information is incredibly helpful to your doctor in figuring out what might be going on. Regular checkups become even more important, providing a baseline for your doctor to spot changes over time. Don't hesitate to bring up things that seem minor to you. They might be significant clues to your doctor. Being proactive about these subtle changes isn't about being overly worried. It's about being wise and taking control of your health journey. It's about catching potential issues when they are small and manageable, allowing you to continue living your life with vitality and independence. This attention to detail, Listening to your body's signals is a powerful form of self-care that protects you from unseen dangers. Now, let's move on to something many of us rely on for independence and connection: driving. For decades, driving has been a symbol of freedom, allowing us to go where we want, when we want. But as we get older, certain aspects of driving, which were once effortless, can become significantly more challenging and potentially dangerous. It's not about a specific age where everyone suddenly becomes a bad driver. Abilities vary greatly. However, statistically, drivers over 75 have higher rates of fatal crashes per mile driven than middle-aged drivers, primarily due to increased fragility and medical conditions, but also because age-related changes can affect skills needed for safe driving. What changes? Several things. Our vision might not be as sharp, especially in low light or at night. We might have more difficulty with glare from headlights or wet roads. Our reaction time can slow down, meaning it takes us a fraction of a second longer to hit the brake or swerve to avoid an obstacle. Our flexibility and range of motion might decrease, making it harder to quickly check blind spots or look over our shoulder. Cognitive changes, even subtle ones, can affect our ability to process complex traffic situations quickly, make rapid decisions, or navigate unfamiliar routes. Think about driving at dusk or night. Headlights seem brighter, reflective signs are harder to read, and judging distances can be trickier. What was a routine drive to an evening event might now involve navigating significant visual challenges. Similarly, driving in bad weather, rain, fog, or even bright sunlight reflecting off wet surfaces demands quicker reactions and sharper vision than when we were younger. Maneuvering in busy parking lots, especially those with lots of pedestrian traffic, requires constant vigilance and quick adjustments, which can be more taxing. The danger isn't just to ourselves, but to others on the road. It's a difficult topic to confront, as it touches on independence and identity, but it's a conversation that needs to happen, both with ourselves and with our loved ones. Ignoring potential difficulties and continuing to drive in situations that are becoming challenging is where the danger lies. It's not about giving up driving entirely for everyone, but about being honest about our abilities and making adjustments. What can we do first? Get regular vision checkups, specifically mentioning your driving habits and any difficulties you're experiencing to your eye doctor. They can check for conditions like cataracts or glaucoma that affect driving vision and might suggest specialized lenses for night driving. Secondly, be mindful of when and where you drive. If night driving is becoming stressful or difficult, try to schedule appointments and social events during daylight hours. Avoid driving in heavy rain or fog if possible. Plan your routes in advance, especially for unfamiliar areas, to reduce stress and the need for last-minute decisions. Consider taking a driving refresher course specifically designed for older adults. These courses can help you brush up on rules, assess your skills in a safe environment, and might even lead to discounts on car insurance. There are also adaptive devices available for cars, like larger mirrors or steering wheel grips, that can help. Most importantly, have an open conversation with your family or a trusted friend about your driving. Ask them if they've noticed anything. This isn't about them taking away your keys, but about creating a safety net and exploring options together. Maybe they can help with rides for challenging trips, or you can explore local transportation options. Recognizing that driving might become riskier in certain situations after 65, and proactively making adjustments or seeking alternatives is a vital step in staying safe and maintaining your independence in other ways. Another common aspect of life that changes its risk profile is our own home environment. Our homes are our sanctuaries, the places where we feel safest and most comfortable. We know every corner, every step, every piece of furniture, but the very familiarity that makes a house a home can blind us to potential dangers that become more significant as we age, particularly the risk of falls. Falls are a leading cause of injury for people over 65, and they can have devastating consequences, from fractures that are slow to heal to head injuries and a significant loss of independence. What was once a minor stumble, you quickly recovered from might after 65 result in a serious injury. Why, as mentioned earlier, factors like decreased bone density mean bones are more likely to break. Slower reaction times make it harder to catch yourself. Changes in balance and gait, often subtle, can make navigating uneven surfaces or steps trickier. Muscle weakness can make it harder to regain your footing once you start to fall. The dangers in our homes are often hidden in plain sight because they're so familiar. That throw rug in the hallway that's been there for 20 years. It's a tripping hazard. The poor lighting on the stairs. A recipe for missteps. Electrical cords running across pathways. Clutter on the floor. Wet spots in the bathroom. Unstable furniture you use to steady yourself. These are all ordinary things that become significantly more dangerous when combined with age-related changes in balance, vision, and strength. Getting up at night to use the bathroom in a dark room or hallway is another common scenario for falls. Even seemingly harmless habits like carrying too many things at once or rushing to answer the phone can increase your risk. The danger isn't the rug or the stair itself, but the interaction between these environmental factors and the physical changes in our bodies. Taking steps to make your home safer is one of the most impactful things you can do to prevent injuries after 65. It doesn't necessarily require a major renovation. Often, it's about simple, practical adjustments. Start by walking through your home specifically looking for fall hazards, seeing it with fresh eyes as if you've never been there before. In the bathroom, install grab bars in the shower or tub and next to the toilet. Use non-slip mats in the shower and on the bathroom floor. Ensure pathways are clear of clutter, furniture, and electrical cords. Secure all rugs with non-slip backing or remove them entirely. Improve lighting throughout your home, especially on stairs and in hallways. Consider motion sensor lights for pathways you use at night. Make sure staircases have sturdy handrails on both sides. If you use step stools, ensure they are stable and have a handle. Keep frequently used items within easy reach to avoid stretching or climbing. Think about modifying storage so heavy items aren't stored on high shelves. Even wearing supportive, non-slip shoes indoors can make a difference. And if you find yourself feeling unsteady, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Issues with balance can often be improved with specific exercises or physical therapy. Addressing the risks in your home environment is about creating a space that supports your safety and independence, turning potential hazards back into just ordinary features of your comfortable home. It's about making small, smart changes that have a big impact on your well-being and confidence. Finally, let's consider something internal, something we all experience, but perhaps handle differently as we get older. Stress and how we cope with sudden life changes. Life doesn't stop presenting challenges just because we reach a certain age. We might face the loss of loved ones, navigate retirement, deal with our own health issues or those of a partner, or experience financial shifts. These are significant life events that are naturally stressful. While younger individuals might bounce back from stress relatively quickly, the chronic stress or the shock of a major life change can have a more profound and lasting impact on our physical and mental health after 65. Our body's ability to handle the physiological effects of stress, the elevated heart rate, the release of stress hormones, the impact on our immune system, can become less efficient. The danger here is that chronic stress or poorly managed acute stress can exacerbate existing health conditions, contribute to new ones, and significantly impact our quality of life. Stress can make blood pressure harder to control, worsen sleep problems, increase inflammation, and even affect cognitive function. It can lead to increased anxiety or depression, making it harder to stay active and engaged. Furthermore, sudden, significant life changes, like the death of a spouse or a serious diagnosis, can be emotionally overwhelming. If we don't have healthy coping mechanisms or a support system in place, The stress from these events can lead to a decline in physical health, sometimes quite rapidly. What might have been a period of difficulty and adjustment in younger years can become a period of significant vulnerability after 65 if not navigated mindfully. The danger lies in internalizing the stress, feeling isolated, and letting the emotional toll manifest physically. So, how do we manage this? Building resilience and healthy coping strategies becomes incredibly important. This includes finding healthy ways to process emotions, whether through talking to a trusted friend or family member, journaling, or seeking professional support from a therapist or counselor. Maintaining social connections is crucial. Isolation can amplify the effects of stress. Staying connected with friends, family, or community groups provides emotional support and a sense of belonging. Engaging in regular physical activity, even gentle exercise like walking or stretching, is a powerful stress reliever. Mind-body practices like deep breathing exercises, meditation, or yoga can help calm the nervous system. Finding purpose and staying engaged in activities you enjoy, whether it's a hobby, volunteering, or learning something new, can provide a buffer against stress and improve overall well-being. When faced with a significant life change, don't try to go through it alone. Reach out for support. Allow yourself time to grieve or adjust, breaking down overwhelming situations into smaller, manageable steps can also help. Recognizing that stress is a natural part of life, but actively developing strategies to manage it after 65 is essential for protecting both your mental and physical health. It's about building an internal toolkit and external support system that helps you weather life's storms without letting them compromise your health and happiness. It might surprise you how much actively managing stress can impact your physical vitality. We've talked about several things that might seem ordinary, but can carry increased risks as we get older. Navigating the complexities of multiple medications. Paying closer attention to our body's subtle signals instead of dismissing them. Being realistic about how age-related changes can affect our driving. Looking at our familiar homes with a critical eye for fall hazards. And actively managing the stress that life continues to send our way. It's easy to hear these things and feel a sense of apprehension, like the world is suddenly full of hidden dangers. But that's not the message at all. The message is one of empowerment through awareness. Knowing where the potential challenges lie is the first step in overcoming them. It's not about stopping doing the things you love or living in fear. It's about making informed choices and small, practical adjustments that significantly reduce risk while maintaining your independence and quality of life. Think about the power of that updated medication list, or the simple act of adding a nightlight to the hallway, or deciding to drive during the day instead of after dark. These aren't limitations. They are intelligent adaptations. They are acts of self-care that allow you to continue enjoying your life fully, safely, and with confidence. Your body and mind are still incredibly capable, and small adjustments can make a world of difference in keeping them that way. Don't underestimate the impact of seemingly minor changes. They add up to a stronger, safer you. Remember, this stage of life can be incredibly fulfilling, rich with experience and wisdom. It's about leveraging that wisdom to navigate the world in a way that honors the changes within you. Being proactive, staying informed, and making these adjustments isn't about decline. It's about thriving. It's about taking control and ensuring that you can continue to pursue your passions, spend time with loved ones, and live your life on your own terms for years to come. It might surprise you how much more confident and capable you feel when you address these areas head-on. Taking these steps isn't just about avoiding danger. It's about actively investing in your continued well-being and happiness. It's about living your best life at every age, with the knowledge and tools to do so safely. Share your thoughts on these points, or perhaps other things you've noticed change with age in the comments below. We can all learn from each other's experiences. If you found this helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips and insights on living well as you get older. Live your best life at every age.